to Eduohr's another video. In this video, we are going to talk about how exactly for a student, and the plan is that if you're planning to go for higher studies, how you can improve your English communication skills and why it's needed, how much it's needed. Let's understand it in a very basic level. Okay, a lot of times students get confused. They try to demonize themselves and say hey, I'm studying from, let's say, from India. Okay, if I'm studying from India, is it that my education level is way low that I have to go and write an English exam, a language test to qualify for an admission into a university in US or Canada? Or you might be thinking that maybe our education system is not that good enough. That's the reason they're asking us to do all these. Because English we are learning from first grade, second grade, even from kindergarten. What exactly is the need of it? Okay, no need to worry. It's nothing. There is a personal grudge against those countries, okay, that if you're from India or from China or from Latin America, okay, they'll be asking you have to appear for a language test and qualify yourself. No, there is a technical reason behind it. In the whole world, we have close to 200 countries. Among these 200 countries, we have 67 countries where English is a first language of communication. What does that mean is that since childhood, they've been communicating in English in all five segments. It's not just about reading and writing. They're speaking and listening in English throughout the day. Let's take an example of a kid. If you have a 5-year-old kid, okay, 5 years old kid, but still he or she is communicating in English at home, outside with the neighbors, with her friends or his friends, okay, as well as in school, they're talking to their fellow students, as well as they're talking to a teacher. So English has become one of the primary language for their communication. They might go for a secondary language. However, it's a primary language which is being taught to them since childhood, and they have been practicing it in a proper usage in all those 4 segments. But if you take an example of a country such as India, or maybe an Arabic country, Chinese country, or Latin America, we do have an option of learning English as a secondary language. The primary language, if you go to Latin America, a lot of countries have Spanish as their language or Portuguese as their language. Taking up Brazil, Brazil has Portuguese as their first language. English could be a second language to learn. Similarly, if you come to India, wow, you got tons of languages out here. Why? Each and every state has their own regional language, which is officially even used. So what happens is, if a student is not going to an English medium school or college, then eventually they are studying through their regional language. There is nothing bad about it. But when they're targeting to study in another country where their medium of instruction is in English, that's where the problem comes out. They're not able to communicate with the professor properly, so that they cannot handle the lectures. They might be a brilliant student, but they are unable to communicate with the professors. Similarly, if your reading skill is not that good, we might be reading 10 to 20 books in a whole year. Let's take an example of a student who is studying mathematics. But if you go to university, there you'll be finding tons of books for you to read, and then to take your thesis in terms, let's say you're going for a PhD student, your job is to do the research. Nobody is going to teach you. There'll be a supervisor to guide you, but nobody will teach you. So these are the problems the students face whenever they take an admission in a university which is located in an English-speaking country. So that's the reason why you have to improve your communication skill and come to a part where you can balance and you can go ahead and communicate effectively with your fellow colleagues, students, or maybe professors, even while you're reading and doing a research in the library. So if your qualification, irrespective wherever in the world you're studying, okay, if your qualification is completing 12th standard, and that's considered as even high school graduate, okay, that means 12 years of continuous education, then your English level to join into a diploma, okay, or a bachelor should be IELTS 6.0 band or equivalent with other language testing exams. Now 6.0 out of 9, That should be the score you must achieve. That is equivalent to an English speaking country's high school graduate students' English knowledge. Understand it very carefully. Second, when you're going for a master's degree, if you're a graduate, if you've done a bachelor's degree and you're planning for a master's degree, then your IELTS score should be 6.5 in all categories, okay, whether it's reading, writing, listening, speaking, as well as overall. That is the level of English knowledge of a graduate or a bachelor's degree holder from US, UK or Canada. If you're looking for PhD, then of course you require around 7. Now you'll ask me why you're increasing. Okay, 7 I'm putting it out. The reason is because there you'll be doing a lot of research. Similarly, if you're joining to, let's say, a medical course, or might be any course where you require more interaction with the local people, let's say physiotherapy, it might be a diploma, it might be a bachelor's in physiotherapy. However, they'll be asking you to go for 7.0 IELTS overall. Might be nursing, might be medicine, because you're interacting with the local people a lot, so you should have the capability to understand what they're trying to say and as well as to express yourself in a positive way. So that's the need of English for a student. So if you're planning to go for a bachelor's degree or diploma, you must score at least 6.0 overall and 6.0 in all the categories in IELTS or equivalent in other tests, whether it's PTE, whether it's Pearson, whether it's going to be PTE, or it might be Duolingo, it might be from Cambridge Assessment or TOEFL. Okay. Second, if you're planning for a master's degree, you must score 6.5 overall and 6.5 in all the categories. Okay, that should be the minimum requirement for an education person. Of course, if you're going for a PhD, you require 7.0 overall and 7.0 in all the categories. This should be in your mind. You should not think about that, oh, I should find a university where I can skip those test scores and I can take an admission. Of course, there is a possibility is there. You can go to UK. There are a lot of universities out there which will be offering you based on your previous qualification. If you have studied in an English medium school or college, they will definitely go and give you some waiver. However, I recommend, irrespective of it, whether you are attending a test or not, you must improve your English communication skills in all these 4 categories, because that will help you to find a good career, because that will help you to go ahead and score well in your education system and to learn. Because if you're skipping those exams, okay, that's fine. But if you're not improving your English communication skills and you're landing in such countries, you're going to face a lot of problems, especially into education. Why? Because there'll be nobody, teachers will not be behind you to go ahead and make your assessments or assignments done. You have to do it alone. That's where you'll feel it difficult. And again, you'll come to the 0 level that, okay, I have to start again. So, as a student, it's my humble request, you must go ahead and plan out how to improve your communication skills. Okay? So, welcome to Eduohr family. It's good to see you out. And obviously, we'll be watching you again. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, as well as you can subscribe our channel. And you can hit the bell icon so you can get notification about our updated videos that's going to come. Okay? See you in the next video. Welcome to Eduohr.